Well, hello, Bob Dendry here, and welcome back to Urbek City Builder. Now, in our last episode, we started to build the town of Pumpkinania, and we've chosen the path of leisure, which will be sort of our path to victory in this playthrough. Let's have a look through, and as you can see, we need to level up to basically the next level up. And we've got a few different options or a few different requirements we need to meet to get there. So we need to increase our sports score. We need to build some multi-sport courts, and we need also a couple of two-story village bars, which to unlock those we need more nightlife, and to unlock our multi-sport courts we need more sport. But we also need, what is that, steel? So that is what will be basically a new resource as well for us. So let's have a look, let's jump in and let's start playing. Now, first thing we need to do in this episode is just to rebalance our food. As you can see, we're a little bit unbalanced. We're consuming more food than we produce. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to lay down a little bit of extra road here where we're sort of starting to... oh, my bad, didn't mean to do that. Where we are starting to, build our new food area. Alright, and we've got a little bit of food down there that will balance out our production now. And if we pop over to our sort of our guidance, we're being actually told that we should be, or we need to get some poor suburbs to, I guess, progress with the sort of tutorial that's being taken through. I didn't want to build poor suburbs. It's not something that I guess, sort of moving towards being how our town operates, but I guess we're going to need to do so. To follow the tutorial, I guess. So what I might do, I might use this square here for one of our poor suburbs. And we've also unlocked some more stuff as well. Rebel houses, blocks, warehouse, and factory. Okay. We will complete building these poor houses, and then let's have a look at those new things that we've just unlocked as well. Okay, so we need a square condominium. Which gives us sort of that amount of coverage, so I might pop that down there. And then I guess we just lay some housing down here. And that will allow us to... Oh, hang on, I actually overbuilt the square that we just built, so I'll just quickly fix that. My bad. And should we start to get poor... so we've got poor suburbs building up here. Okay, not what I wanted. But... I guess it's the game wanting us to experience the different types of buildings we can get in. Alright, and we're now being asked to start to replace our wood-fired electricity that we're currently using. So we need to build a coal mine to make that happen. And on this map we can build one anywhere, it's saying. So everywhere has subsurface coal. Is that realistic? Probably not, but... we'll make do. I wonder if we can maybe build one over here, this sort of area I think might make sense. So I might just build a road that goes through and connects up with our, our dock part of the town. And then we can build coal in this area here. Lovely. And we can have no coal mines within a 10 square radius. So we can get 2 in if we want. Or apparently not, actually. Okay, that's fine. So we could maybe build one up here if we needed to. But I'm assuming that sort of amount is probably fine. And I guess in the same way that we've built our iron miners houses, we also need to build some houses for our coal miners. And let's find out, what do we need for that? Okay, so we need... a coal mine within a 5 radius, so pretty easy, and we can build sort of a little bit of griddage here, I guess, to make that happen as well. So that should get us some coal miners' houses, and it does indeed. Okay, and next we're just after a coal power plant, so looks like we can pretty much place this anywhere. So I'll place it probably nice and close to our coal mine, and that is giving us a massive sort of boost in energy, so that is good. And I think from here we might just put in some effort into boosting our population a bit, as well as rebalancing some of our resources as well, because as you can see, we are a little bit in deficit there, and we're a little bit in deficit for coal as well, so we probably do need to fix that up as well. Okay, so we've now unlocked our modern silos. So those produce a lot of food, apparently. Let's have a look at them. Oh, in fact, they do double the food consumption, but they do require logistics, I believe, to be nearby, as it says. 6 or more logistics in a 4 radius. And the logistics, I guess, comes in the form of warehouses, like these ones here. They're actually quite small. And they produce 1 logistics. So we need pretty much to have sort of lots of warehouses in a, I guess in a fairly small location. But there you go. We've in fact unlocked one now. And it produces 400. That looks absolutely lovely. And yeah, things are looking pretty good for Pumpkinania. Next, we're being asked to industrialize our timber industry. So basically, we're looking now to get some sawmills in rather than lumber camps. So that's obviously a bit of a more modern approach to producing timber. But we're a little way away from unlocking the sawmill. So we will need to keep laying down neighborhoods, which is fine, because obviously we need to increase our population anyway. We've got this bit of a grid that I did lay down before, so we might get a little bit more, and we might actually place down a village bar as well, which will give us a bit more. Perfect, so we've got in a bit more nightlife, we've got some sport in, a mini-mart, and as well as that we've also got a school in here. So that's going to allow all these houses to be upgrading towards suburb houses. As you can see, we're above 4,000. We've also unlocked buses, which is interesting. I'm guessing that will once again be, hopefully, reducing some of the traffic around our city as well. But let's have a look at getting a sawmill set up before we move on to looking at what buses are. So, sawmills. So they require logistics as well. And also they require residents to be nearby as well. So I guess that becomes our sort of workforce for the sawmill, I'm guessing. So if we like move it over in this direction, that's sort of an acceptable level of residence, I guess. Sort of around here or so. Which is interesting, but yeah, it does require some logistics. So I will get some logistics down as well. And then what we might do is get rid of this lumber camp and build a sawmill in its place. Okay, so we need it to be here. Perfect, look at that, lovely. That's a pretty cool looking building there, that sawmill. As are the warehouses. I just find all the buildings in this game look fantastic. Like I think this was probably a real sort of, I guess, labor of love from the person who made it. But I think it is absolutely fantastic. As you'll see, we've got pollution now as well, which is obviously something we're going to need to look at. We've also got a rebel house, which is interesting. I guess these are probably people who are, not happy with the way, I guess, I'm leading the town. But that's okay. They're allowed to be unhappy, and hopefully we can satisfy their demands and they'll stop building rebel houses. We are getting a little bit short of iron here, so I think we're going to need to expand our sort of iron, I guess, part of the town. Get some more iron miners' houses in. which will hopefully allow us to boost our production. We could potentially, I don't think we can actually get another iron mine in. They'll probably be too close to an existing one, won't it? Yeah, but that is okay. So let's fill out these areas with iron miners' houses, and hopefully we will continue to see growth in our production there. What a balancing act this is. I'm just at the moment placing one house at a time as I get work up. As you can see, our energy needs are not looking great either. So we really need to be really careful here, or we are going to lose out in a big way. We probably can't afford a power plant right now, but I wonder if we could maybe get another lumber cabin or a lumberjack's cabin down. Just to see if we can sort of manually cover our requirements. Oh, so we can, if we're really careful about where we're placing these, looks like we can cover off what we need. But once again, need to be really careful. That -1 is not too bad right now. We can probably deal with that, I would say. Okay, that should do it. That should balance everything out. Perfect. Alright, so we're back on track. Oh, almost. Our food production is still a little bit iffy, but I think that should fix it and should maintain our work as well. Okay, but yeah, there's definitely a fine balance right now around food, work, and power. I think that's our main sort of balancing places, question mark. So I think we need to look at getting a second power plant done. So that's going to cost us 1,500 work to make happen. So we'll need to save up for a little bit, especially since we have not a great surplus of work right now. But I think we should be in a good position within not too long to make that happen. All right, we've got a little bit of a surplus of food, so I think we might be able to get a few more houses down, hopefully. So maybe we might just fill up this sort of section here. That should keep us in the positive, but will also increase our output of work as well. So yeah, looks like it's worked out pretty well. Get it worked out. Funny. And we should be able to get that second power plant in shortly. That will allow us to start to pull down some of our lumberjack cabins as well. Okay, so we should now be able to get our second power plant done. And that will fit in right there. That gives us a massive surplus. So what I'm going to start doing now is slowly pulling down lumber cabins. But other thing we need to do and keep in mind is we now have a deficit of coal as well. So basically what that means is we need to get a few more coal miners' houses down. As you can see, our grids around here need to be a lot tighter because our coal miner houses can only be 1 square from the road, and they also need to be fairly close to a coal mine as well. So all of these should be, sufficiently close, and hopefully that will allow us to break down this deficit as well. All right, our little coal mining town is doing well. We now have a surplus of coal, which means we don't need to worry about our power being disrupted now. Once again, we need to adjust our food production a little bit as well. But other than that, I'm going to start pulling down more of these lumberjack cabins as well. And that's going to free up more work as well for us, I would hope. Alrighty, as you can see, if we pop down here, all of our, well, actually almost all of our farming, we still do have a few pieces down here, but I will let's quickly remove those, and then all of our farming is going to be gone. So we've now got this area that we can reuse for housing purposes. That'll increase our work, and that will allow us to keep growing the town. We do need to get up to 5,050 to unlock some downtown houses. And I think we might try and, I guess, keep these as more sort of upmarket sort of uses. So we're going to give them plenty of different resources that they're requiring. So education, sport, leisure, that sort of thing. And we've got this multi-sport court that we've now unlocked as well. But we do need some steel for that. Okay, so let's have a look and see. What do we need for steel? I'm guessing it needs to be close to our iron manufacturing here. Yes, it does. Does it? No, it doesn't actually. It just needs to be near logistics, which is fine. So we've got some opportunities here where we could get some roads laid down, that sort of thing, and I guess have this as a bit of a logistics and manufacturing hub. We need 200 iron, which we're nowhere near right now. So we'll just sort of, I guess, give it a little bit of a rest for the moment. Have that iron come in, and then hopefully we'll start producing steel and we can start getting some of our more advanced structures down. Perfect. And we have 200 now. And just having a look. So around about here is probably going to be a good idea. We're close to logistics. But we need a bit more. So I might chuck a couple more warehouses down here next to our power plant. That will hopefully up the logistics in that area, and that will allow us to get our steelworks down. And yes, but we've actually used some of our iron to build those warehouses. So we'll just need to wait a little bit more for some more iron to come in, and then we'll get that laid down. All right, let's see. Let's get this down. I'm expecting our iron production to probably go into negative once we lay this down. As you can see, it is -3. That is actually a problem. Oh, but we've unlocked the heavy iron mine now. So can we upgrade that? What do we need? We need more logistics, 5 radius. Okay. That should be okay. We should be able to make that happen. We'll just need to build a road to build that on. And just checking how much we need. Need 6. Yeah, so that should be okay. And we can just chuck one back here. Oh, actually, we've got a bit of a problem, don't we? Because we need iron to build warehouses. Okay. This may be a bit of a challenge for us. We don't have a massive deficit right now, so if we lay down some houses, hopefully these are close enough to our iron mine to reduce that deficit to 0, and then we can get just a few more in to hopefully get into positive. We might need to wait a little bit for those to, I guess, build up enough to give us the logistics we need. Okay, we're looking good now. We've got 8 coming in, so that should be enough. Oh yes, we've got enough now to build our final warehouse, which should allow, look at that, our heavy iron mine. So look at that, we've got a nice big surplus now of iron, and we've got plenty of steel being made as well. So we can now start building some even higher tier properties, though we've got a bit of a deficit of work right now. Not massive, but something we need to look out for. So I might get some housing laid down while we're thinking about that, which will give us a slight deficit of food. So once again, this is this sort of balancing act that we're constantly facing throughout this game. I think it's cool. I think that once again, it's very chill. There's not a whole lot you need to do to sort of make this work. You just need to keep an eye on, where your issues are and plug those gaps as you find them. Oh, but we've unlocked downtown houses now as well. Oh, a lot of parking lots. Poor suburbs. Parking lot. That's not great. Alright, but we've got our surplus of food now. Quite a healthy surplus. So if we lay down some more buildings, we should be able to start lifting our work back up as well. In fact, what I'm going to do, I'm going to build a high school. This is something that we've unlocked now that we have steel. So I'm going to start taking care of it from that direction. So in order to get tools, we need a hardware store or a repair store. Repair shop. So we've only got repair shops unlocked right now, so I will pop one there. Oh, okay, and we've got lots of upgrades happening. Obviously, we're going to need bus stops to increase our connectivity. Otherwise, we're going to have parking lots as a... They're still going to help upgrade other things, you see, because they do give us connectivity. But, oh, we've got some complaints here. We need more leisure as well, in fact. And that is where our parks come in. So we might build a little bit of a nice... Oh, okay, so and we've got more upgrades happening as we go as well. Perfect. Now, buses. How do we get buses? Are they over here? They are indeed. So if we place one of these down, it's going to continue to increase the connectivity, and that's going to mean we have less parking lot spawning, which is, of course, inevitably a good thing as well. So we are doing really well upgrading these sort of areas of our town into some nice downtown houses. But they are complaining a bit more as well, so they're losing connectivity as these parking lots are coming down. So some of our houses are then going to, you know, reverse or revert back to parking lots if we're not careful. So I'm going to place down a few more of these bus stops, maybe one on each block. And of course, these areas here are not downtown houses, but we're going to place them down anyway in case we, you know, are moving towards upgrading these in the future as well. Oh, okay, we've had one of our coal plants abandoned due to lack of resources. So I guess, is there only a certain amount of... oh, yeah, sorry. No, these are coal plants, not coal mines. Okay, and ooh, we're out of power. This is actually really bad. This is a really bad situation we're finding ourselves in here. So this is going to mean that all of our houses are potentially going to... you know, devolve back into very basic sort of items. Not good. Not good at all. So we need to get up our coal production. Well, can we save our city from this disaster? Oh, only time will tell. I'm going to leave it there for this episode. I don't know if I'll do another one. I've had fun. The first video didn't do terribly well, so I guess it'll really depend on the response to this one. But if you have enjoyed it, please give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and ring that notification bell so you get a ding to your device the next time I post a video. You can find links to all my social media in the description, so please jump on there, have a look. And as well as that, you can find a link to my Transport Fever 2 Season 3 on your screen right now. If you're interested in perhaps some more competent building from my channel, I would definitely have a look there. But until next time, I'm Bob Dendry. This has been Urbek City Builder. Thank you so much for watching, and goodbye.